Hello friends, welcome to online learning session. This is Sushmita Dilip Kale, working as Assistant Professor, Department of Agricultural Economics, KK Wagh College of Agriculture, Nasik. In our today's online learning session, we are going to see the profit and loss statement, and it is also known as income statement, and different financial test ratios. So let's start with the income statement or profit and loss statement. This is entirely different from a balance sheet in the sense that in a balance sheet we consider assets and liabilities and did not consider the operational efficiency in terms of receipts and expenses. In income statement, the items included are receipts, expenses, gains and losses. These are the four. Then definition of income statement is it could be defined as a summary of receipts and gains minus expenses and losses during a specified period. The first one is receipts. They mean the returns obtained from the sale of crop produce and other supplementary products like milk, eggs, wages, gifts, etc. Gains in the form of appreciation of asset is also included in the receipts. Appreciation means increase in the value of asset due to market situations. However, returns from the sale of the capital assets such as livestock, machinery, farm buildings, etc. are not included because such returns or income are not really obtained during the period. The next is expenses. Operating and fixed costs are recorded here. See, we can see in the picture that is money is going away from that person. That means we are spending more and more money on a business, and whatever the money we are spending, that are our expenses. Losses in the form of depreciation on the asset value fall under the expenditure item. So as in the receipts we are considering the appreciation, as the same in expenses we have to consider the depreciation in the value of asset, and depreciation is nothing but decrease in the value of asset due to market situation and wear and tear losses. However, the amount incurred on the purchase of capital assets are not considered. There are some concepts in this slide. First is a net income. It constitutes net cash income, net operating income and net farm income. First is a net cash income. It gives the position of cash receipts minus cash expenses only during the period for which the income statement is prepared. Then next is a net operating income. It arrived by deducting the operating expenses from the gross income. Fixed costs are not given any consideration here. Operating expenses includes crop loan. Then next is a net farm income. Net farm income equals to the net operating income less fixed cost. Compared to net cash income and net operating income, it is a relatively better measure of assessing the performance of farm. As compared to the net operating income and net cash income, net farm income gives you the clear picture of your farm business. Income statement prepared for a given farm for a given year may present a very bright picture of a farm. The same position cannot be taken as a granted as the actual position of the farm, since the said year might have been the good agricultural year with respect to weather, yields, prices, etc. A realistic position on a performance of a farm can be gauged by preparing income statement over years to show the actual situation, as the parameters influencing the farm business are the subject to fluctuations. So here we can see the standard format of income statement. On the left hand side the receipts are given, and on the right hand side the expenses are given. In this slide the operating expenses or costs are given, and in the next slide the fixed expenses or fixed costs are given. So let's start with the receipts. In receipts we can get first return from the sale of crop output. By selling the crop output we can get the 52,000 rupees. Then next is a revenue from milk and milk products. We get 5,000 rupees. Then next is a returns from the enterprise. We can get we get 12,000 rupees. So in B, returns from the supplementary enterprise, that is revenue or income from the milk and milk product and the supplementary enterprise, we can collectively get 5,000 plus 10,000, that is 17,000 rupees. Then in the form of gift we can get 2,000 rupees. So gross cash income or total cash available with us as an income is 52,000 rupees plus 17,000 plus 2,000, that is 71,000 rupees. And next we can get, that is appreciation on the value of asset, that are 3,000. And so our gross income is 71,000 plus 3,000, that is 74,000. This is all our receipts. These concepts or the values are in green. You are kept with us to calculate the further financial ratios. Then next is the expenses. In expenses, firstly, on hired human labor we spent 10,500 rupees. On bullock labor we have spent 900 rupees. Machine labor we spent 1,500 rupees. On seeds we spent 1,100 rupees. On feeds we spent 5,000 rupees. On manure and fertilizers we spent 3,000 rupees. On plant protection measures we spent 1,550 rupees. On veterinary aids we have spent 500 rupees. On irrigation we spent 250 rupees. On miscellaneous we have spent 2,000 rupees, and interest on working capital, that is up to 2,100 rupees. So your total operating expenses are the summation of all the items from A to K, that it comes to 28,400 rupees. So here fixed expenses or costs are given. In that, first depreciation 3,000 rupees, land revenue 200, interest on fixed capital includes the interest of rupees 1,500 paid towards the term loan, and that is 3,200 rupees. Rental value of owned land is 10,000 rupees. So our total fixed costs are the summation of A to D item, and that comes to 16,400 rupees. So here our net farm income. So formula for net farm income is gross income minus total expenses. In that total expenses we have to consider the total operating expenses or total operating cost plus total fixed cost. So our gross income is 74,000 rupees minus the summation of 28,400 plus 16,400, it comes to 44,800. So our net farm income is 29,200 rupees. So our net cash income, the formula for net cash income is gross cash income minus total operating expenses. So 71,000 is our gross cash income minus our operating expenses are 28,400. So our net cash income is 42,600 rupees. And our net operating income, the formula for net operating income is, as we have seen in earlier slides, that is gross income minus total operating expenses. So that comes to 74,000 minus 28,400 rupees, and it is 45,600. So these are the some concepts. So here we can see the different financial test ratios. First one is a capital turnover ratio. The formula for this is gross income divided by average capital investment. So here our gross income is 74,000 and our average capital investment is 3 lakh. So the formula the value comes to 0.25. This is a self-explanatory ratio. Here the average capital investment is arrived by adding the value of asset at the beginning of the agricultural year and at the end of the agricultural year, and then averaging these two values. Suppose it is rupees 3 lakhs, then the capital turnover ratio is 0.25. This ratio gives the gross income obtained from the each rupee of the capital investment over the year. Then our next ratio is rate of return on investment, and the formula for this ratio is net return to capital divided by average capital investment. So in this example our net return to capital is 27,800 and our average capital investment is 3 lakhs. So our ratio comes to 0.09. Net return to capital is obtained by adding the bank interest paid, bank interest, that is interest on borrowed funds plus interest paid on term loans. So adding a bank interest paid to the net farm income and the deducting unpaid family labor from the farm and livestock operation and management. So our net farm income is 29,200 plus interest paid during the year is 3,600. So the value comes to 32,800 and we have to deduct the unpaid family labor wages, and that are the 5,000. So our net return to capital is 27,800. So borrowed funds, it refers to the borrowing of the business firm, finance raised by the debenture holders, public deposits, financial institutions and commercial banks. So debenture means a long-term security at a fixed rate of interest issued by a company and secured against the asset, that is the debenture. Hope all of you are get the information that I want to give you. Hope you like and enjoy the video. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe for more videos.